From prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. I've been studying prehistoric through current animal life for the past 20 years and began teaching in 2016. Now, hit that subscribe button and let's get into top 5 ceratopsians with the longest horns. And did you know that there are over 80 different species of ceratopsian? And these are species of dinosaurs that are related to Triceratops. Now, let's get started with our first ceratopsian, which is Torosaurus. And this herbivore did coexist with Triceratops in Montana around 68 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period. It was found back in 1891 over in Wyoming and was named by Othniel Charles Marsh. And this creature could reach around 23 feet in length or around 7 meters and probably weigh 3.5 tons. And this creature did have quite a wide frill compared to its body size, but it wasn't as robust as certain species of ceratopsian, such as Triceratops. Now, Torosaurus did have horns that could reach somewhere between 4 to 5 feet in length. And that's just not including the bone, that's including an extra layer of keratin that would have even made the bones as well, the horns in general, sharper. So it did coexist with carnivores such as Tyrannosaurus rex and Nanotyrannus, which it would have been a food source, but one of the most dangerous plant eaters within the region. Many tend to view ceratopsians, especially those that coexisted with T Rex, as just being pushovers. And that's far from the truth. I would say that for the duck-billed dinosaurs, but not the ceratopsians. So, when it comes to the horn on the tip of its snout, when looking at species of ceratopsians that belong to the chasmosaur lineage of ceratopsians, they do tend to have very small snout horns. But there is another group called the centrosaurs, and usually the centrosaurs have much longer horns on the tip of their snout compared to their body size, compared to the chasmosaurs. Why this group of ceratopsians took this type of a path with the snout horn is unknown. But um, let's head over to the next species of ceratopsian, which is Pentaceratops. Now, Pentaceratops was discovered in New Mexico during the late 1800s. In fact, there have been quite a few different locations throughout the country where this animal has been discovered, as well as different parts of Colorado, Montana, and even Alberta, Canada. And this creature could reach somewhere around 20 feet in length or 6 meters and probably weigh somewhere around 4 tons. So it was quite a robust animal for its length. And it could have horns that reach over 5 feet. And it also had an even wider or taller frill compared to its body size, even against animals like the Torosaurus. However, Pentaceratops existed over in Alberta around 76 million years ago, which was around 8 million years before Triceratops would evolve. It did coexist with smaller species of Tyrannosaur, and T Rex had not evolved yet. So, more of animals like Albertosaurus. Now, going to the next animal, is koala ceratops. And no, this is not related to the koala. It's not a mammal. And the reason I say that is because there are many people that believe woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats are dinosaurs because they tend to be placed with the dinosaurs occasionally, and they're not. They're mammals, just like us. And so the koala ceratops is not a mammal, and it's doesn't have a pouch either, and it's also very differently spelled. So, anyway, moving away from the mammals, if okay, it probably squished mammals occasionally when it was alive, but it would have been quick. Eek. Anyway, the mammals at this point, it existed over in Mexico around 75 million years ago. And this animal would have also coexisted with smaller species of tyrannosaur. And it could reach around 23 feet in length or pushing 7 meters and weigh between 4 to 6.5 tons. So it was a larger species of ceratopsian. However, many of the different species of the chasmosaur lineage tend to have lightly built frills. And as you can see here, their skulls tend to have it where there's these two large openings in the center. And certain movies have portrayed these animals as having like two empty holes as well. And it would have been completely filled with tissue. Um, and when it came to the horns of koala ceratops, they're even larger. They can push somewhere between 5 to 5.5 feet. Now, let's see. Oh, yeah, this is a much better representation. As you can see, it also has a very small snout horn, and it likely could have helped with defense or fighting rivals during the breeding season. But it is a big question as to why just the chasmosaurs in general had very small snout horns. And it did have peripheral vision. So, much like different species of herbivores today or other ceratopsians, they had much better vision out to the side. So, moving to the next animal is Titanoceratops. Now, this individual has also been discovered in New Mexico, and this animal existed within the region around 76 million years ago. There were quite a variety of different species of chasmosaur that coexisted with each other at around this time during the Cretaceous period, or the end of the Campanian stage of the Cretaceous. And this individual could reach a little over 22 feet in length or pushing 7 meters and probably weigh around 3 tons. And it could have horns that reached over 5 feet in length. It also had an even taller frill compared to its body size, compared to Pentaceratops or even Koala ceratops. So it also coexisted with the medium-sized species of Tyrannosaur in the region that inhabited within New Mexico. It is very possible that they might have had certain protruding osteoderms or scales along the backs of their bodies, and this doesn't just go for Titanoceratops, but other species of ceratopsian as well. So let's head over to the final individual, which is Triceratops. Now, many know or obviously can see that Triceratops has heavily built horns, which is true, but they're much longer than what you tend to see on many displays. Triceratops, and specifically Triceratops horridus, because there are two species of Triceratops, could have horns that reached over 6 feet in length. And actually, probably over 6.5 feet in length. This animal could reach over 30 feet, around 9 meters, and weigh somewhere between 12 to 15 tons. And this was one of the most, if not the most dangerous land animal to exist. When it came to making a 360-degree turn, it could make it on the spinnet of a dime. And this is why T Rex could become mortally injured very quickly when fighting this animal. So, Triceratops was discovered in Colorado, in fact, just outside of Denver, in 1887. And Othniel Charles Marsh also described this animal. However, originally it was guessed that Triceratops was a species of bison, and then it was changed to another type of Pliocene mammal. So this creature would have existed over 3 million years ago, and then finally it was recognized shortly afterwards as a species of horned dinosaur. So thank goodness this didn't become a species of bison. Um, so when it comes to the nub of the snout horn of Triceratops, certain depictions actually show it having a very long horn compared to most other species of chasmosaurs. Whereas when you look at Torosaurus, Pentaceratops are much shorter. Certain other depictions slightly longer, but not so much. But I'd say that the keratin over that snout horn would have added much more length, so it probably would have had a long snout horn. So, um, let me know what your favorite species of horned dinosaur is. And from prehistoric to present, my name is Ethan. This is Creature Guy Live Daily News. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you love talking about animals, and share this show with everyone you know, because nothing is better than all animals all the time.